Okay, so here we are again, diplomatic connection, cooking with an accent for the second plate, and I know the name, it's salmon, but this time it's going to be cooked. Last time when we were at the Danish Embassy it was raw fish. Now it's going to be cooked, and the name of that is?
We're going to do a poached salmon, which is very Swedish. When people think poached, they think like, you know, just in the steaming or like sort of like that way. We're going to make a poaching lay, which is like a liquid with some water, vinegar, lemon, spices, some onions. And we're serving it with some vegetables, some pickled cucumber, boiled potato, and of course some shrimp Skagen, which is a shrimp salad.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Perfect. Okay.
All right. So we'll start with the liquid because that's what's going to take a little bit of time. So we already got some water boiling here. We got a little bit of 2 bay leaves. We got a couple of white peppercorns and some allspice, whole allspice.
Okay.
Yeah. And then white wine vinegar. Just add that in there, and then we got onion. I'm gonna take about half an onion.
So I'm not making you talk. I know from earlier that if you talk, you're gonna cry.
Yes, but now it's too late. You see, I talked again, so we messed up again. Yeah, I think they were not. I don't feel like they were too strong today, so I think we're pretty.
Pretty lucky.
We're pretty lucky, yeah.
Is that true? The story that if you peel an onion or work with an onion, you do it underwater, it's gonna be fine?
That's what they say, but I never try that because I feel like most of the time when I use onion, I want the flavor, and if you put it in water, it sort of takes away from the flavor. I mean, everybody prefers it differently, right? So, so we got the onions, we got the spices, water, vinegar. We put 2 slices of lemon in there, and a bunch of dill. It goes in. We Swedish people, we love our dill. So
I think dill is what goes best with fish, right?
It goes excellent. I mean, most spices do, but I just love dill.
Makes it so fresh and refreshing.
So we're just gonna bring this to boil now.
Okay.
And as it boils, we're gonna reduce it down a little bit, let it cook for like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna add the salmon in there.
I'm working. Yeah, I hold the pan, so it's good.
Yeah. Do you want to slice something or?
No.
Sure? Because I felt like you were a little bit bothered about having.
No, not at all. You know, I need my 10 fingers anyway. So.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So I have my own way of doing a Skagen. There's so many ways of doing it, but it's usually shrimp, onion, dill. I do it I put some leek in there.
Okay.
So I just take a piece of leek, slice it just thinly. Doesn't have to be perfect. Usually I do it like very fine, but I feel like on this dish it works if it's not too.
Okay.
Well, see, I'm messing up the chopping skills on TV now.
It's a pretty good knife.
I like my knives, but they need to go. They need to go on a little. Trip and be taken care of. I haven't been too nice with my knives lately. Then some red onion.
That's the way Then you're gonna cut on the other side.
Yeah, so I cut it that way.
Okay.
And then I do a couple of slices this way.
Yeah.
No, I'm not doing, but you know.
Okay, that's a good trick.
So then you get it like nice and fine.
Exactly. And
I'll save this one for some.
And it goes faster actually.
Right.
Good.
So we got the red onion, we got the leeks, putting it in the bowl here.
It's boiling. Good.
Boiling, yeah, boiling.
How long it has to?
Do you want to turn it down just a little bit?
Yes.
My little home cooking kitchen.
If I know which way. Okay.
Yeah, up. And then sort of like just so it simmers. And we're gonna let it simmer for
like
5
this?
minutes. Yeah.
Perfect.
And we do that just so it brings out all the flavors. Maybe we turn it down just a little bit more. It's harder to control on this this one. Yeah, we just want to bring out the flavors from the allspice, the white pepper, and all that. Okay. So we got the onions again. We're gonna add some shrimp. This might be a little bit more difficult to find here. I get this is one of the
The
few
little
things.
shrimps?
Yeah, because these are in a brine, so they've
Okay.
been in a brine before. It's like
Can-
a salted. You want to try one?
Can we, yeah, can we use shrimps that we find everywhere, like the big ones, and cut them?
You
small?
can do that, but you won't get that saltiness. So you might have to add from the
Oh.
recipe you get from me. You might have to add some, salt or something like that. That's the only thing that's going to be
Right.
the difference. So
Yeah, it's excellent.
yeah. So my secret on this one is I add just a tiny little bit of smoked salmon,
Okay.
cold smoked salmon. That's my friend back in Sweden one time. She taught me this trick, and everybody always asks me, "What's your secret?" And I
Okay.
usually don't tell people, but here it is. It is that smoked
So
salmon.
now it's not anymore a secret. I mean, it's our secret.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Right. I thought I would share. I have this caramel tart that I do too that people ask me for
Okay.
years. And I said I would never give up the recipe, but at some point.
the shrimps are already cooked, right?
Yeah, so they're already cooked. They cook them and they cook them already straight on the boats.
Okay.
And then they put them
Right.
in like a brine. So it's like a salt brine, a liquid, so it preserves them too. I just add a little bit of lemon juice, not too much. Sometimes I do zest, but I usually just add a little bit. And then, so we got the shrimp, we got the salmon, we got the onions, we got some mayonnaise.
Okay.
Usually I would only put mayonnaise because since the shrimp they've been in the liquid, they sort of water the texture up. I put a little bit in there.
Looks like homemade mayonnaise.
Yes.
It does.
Isn't that what we always do?
Yes. I
And
think that one of the only thing I can do right in the kitchen is the mayonnaise.
I doubt that. I don't put you to work today. I should put you to test, right?
Yeah, I will test after.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I choose, this is not the typical way of doing it, but I'm going to add a little bit of buttermilk. Just since it's served with the salmon, it will work so nice with to get it a little bit looser.
Okay.
Back home we would maybe use like a creme fraiche. The sour cream over here is too heavy. It's like, and if you find the creme fraiche here, it's usually a little too sweet.
Okay.
For me, it's a little too sweet. So we have that cooking now. Getting back to that, we just add the salmon in here.
So we leave the skin.
We leave the skin, yeah.
Okay.
I like to keep because it
Any
sort of
reason?
keeps.
Yeah.
No, I just like to keep it. I usually don't eat it. You don't have to keep it on there, but I
Right.
usually keep it because it keeps it tight and nice
Okay.
together. It's not necessarily needed. Back to the shrimp salad. So we got everything. Usually I would have chopped a little bit before now, but we also gotta have some dill in the.
Yeah.
That's
There's never too much dill.
right. That's just the traditional way of like the Nordic cuisine. Like we love having our dill because it's just so. It just brings a lot of freshness to a
Exactly.
dish.
Yeah.
So just take that.
So
chop
in
it up.
Sweden you eat a lot of seafood and fish, right?
Yeah, a lot of seafood and fish. I think because we're so close to the water,
Right.
we got almost water all the way around. So we eat a lot of seafood. And then we have the fun stuff like the game. A little bit up north, you got the reindeer.
Right.
Wild moose, venison, elk. Like there's so many.
Yeah, you didn't find a deer for today, or?
Oh, I actually serve it once in a while. I can't really get too much wild meat over here.
Right.
So it's hard. I can get from Canada. I can get like vapitu. It's like a farm, sort of like a farm raised animal.
Okay.
And it works. I try to serve that sometimes, and I use the pickling and smoking and curing, and so now we just mix this a little bit.
So what you are doing now, if I do it at home, I will not have the gloves, so I take the...
You do it with your hand, yeah.
Oh, not my hand.
No.
No, I will use a spatula.
No, you
Yeah,
use a
something
spoon.
like
You know what? We could do that too. Look at that. The simple way of how I would do it, I would just grab a spoon, just mix it together.
Okay.
It'll be the same way, yeah.
I was scared you will put me to work again. So how long is the...
See, look perfect. You said it, the work. Turn a little bit because now we're going to do the fun part.
So how long has the fish to be cooked?
So the fish will be in there now. The best way of doing this, I didn't add it in there now. You can put a gelatin, so you do it ahead of time. You put a little bit of gelatin in there, and that will make the fish sitting in the liquid and let it cool. And you will serve it, and then it will have that little shine on it.
Okay.
It will, we'll have usually about 5-6 minutes, more like a little bit higher, it needs to simmer a little bit more. And then what I usually do is I leave it in the liquid, so I stop it before it's all the way cooked. And I let it sit in the liquid, and that way it will, soak up all the flavors, the vinegars. So
What is this? Is
A little bit of white pepper. Usually I would use a mill to like, get some fresh one, but I did this before I left work. Yeah, please turn. I gotta put you to work at some point, right?
yes, yes.
So since the salmon is smoked, it's salty, the shrimp is salty. I usually don't like maybe like a pinch like
Right,
that because
okay.
it's easy to get it too salty.
Sea salt.
I use kosher for the most part. I
Okay.
like that. It's a little coarser. So I took a clean spoon here. I think are you gonna try it and tell me if it's good or the saltiness, Does it need anything? Lemon? It's good? Okay, excellent. Excellent. So this is pretty much how it goes. So we have the salmon poaching, and since we're doing it today, I figured, I went a little bit ahead of time and I got some
Right.
vegetables and I got a salmon prepared already.
Okay.
So we get a nice little piece here because it's been sitting, cooling down in the liquid.
So asparagus, green asparagus, and
Yeah, some broccolini.
broccoli.
Yeah, I love those. I think they are also like sort of ish seasonal right now, and we work a lot with the seasons.
Okay.
Yeah, so these are like these will be room temperature. If I would serve it up right now, since we're here at the House of Sweden, we don't really have a kitchen to work with. We have a little heating stove, or we could reheat it in the liquid.
Okay.
But I'm just gonna go ahead and serve it as a cold summer dish because you could do that.
Right.
As
Salmon,
well.
it's good hot
Yeah.
or cold.
So we got the plate. It would
Nice
be good if it
plate.
was clean, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, when I work at the residence, we have the royal china. It's a lot going on. But
Okay.
sometimes I get opportunity. I use the white place because I feel like it presents the food a lot more. All that
Exactly,
decoration
yeah.
takes away from the. So we'll take some asparagus. Maybe it's a little much. We don't want to. We want to do a little good size, right? So just cut a little bit off. I feel like this too much. So we'll put the asparagus in the plate.
Okay.
Take some of the broccolini. We'll take those to the case right there. I boiled some potatoes earlier too.
Okay.
Usually now we'll just serve them like this. Sometimes I will just turn them in a little bit of butter with, just to
Sauteed.
yeah, just put them in there. And then, we got the skin. What we could do right now is that we could choose to peel the skin
Okay.
off. I don't, it's either or. So you just take the skin off. You don't really have to keep it on there. I just like to keep it when I do it because it just.
I mean, the skin is good.
Yeah.
When it's crispy.
Exactly. Yeah. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to eat a little.
No,
Yeah, because especially a slimy skin is not really. It's not really appetizing, right? So
Some lemon.
yeah, I'll take a little piece of lemon. It can never go wrong with lemon, right?
No.
Because I feel like you can always add that
So you
freshness.
always put lemon, or sometimes you put lime?
Actually, I when I put it in something, I prefer I use a lot with desserts. I like lime and stuff, but for the fish, I like to stick with lemon.
But the good thing is it makes a difference of color.
Exactly,
So,
right? You
very
see,
nice.
you caught it right there. And I went ahead and I
Try to.
had some. We call it pressgurka in Swedish. It's like a pickled cucumber.
Yes.
We do it with 1, 2, 3 lays. So it's
yeah, the Swedish cuisine was influenced by the Germans, right? A little bit.
Yeah, I think we all sort of like the Northern
Yeah.
Europe. We love our pickled, smoked.
Right,
but
because
it's,
they eat pickles like this in Germany all the time.
yeah. So we're just gonna put a couple of the cucumbers on there.
Okay.
And now we have this little lovely, and that's why I chose to do it looser. Usually when I do it, I like it more creamy, because you can do like little toasts or one beautiful
Give a
way.
form,
Yeah, one really amazing way of serving this is to put it. You take a baked potato, you bake a potato,
Okay.
you crush the potato open, you put this in there, and you eat it like that, and you eat it out the potato. A
That's
summer
so
like
great,
that,
yeah.
that's it's just. And we're not going to be shy on this because
No.
this is,
No, don't be shy.
this is lovely. This is a real summer dish right here.
And it's summer, even if the weather doesn't look like
I
summer.
know, right?
More like a month of April. but,
I have a little fire greens. I have some little leaves here. I like to just add some little, decorations to the plate. And also, of course, that it's good if it works with the flavors because we don't want to take away from the
right.
flavor. So we add a little bit like that. And then I have a little leaf here. We'll put that. But what are we missing on here now?
What are we missing on here? The dill. Dill. Of course, the dill.
And we got, I put out here, I have a little bit because
You have some flowers
as
too.
we
It's like
talked.
you put like a bouquet of flowers and flavor of dill and
This
the
actually,
taste.
yeah, because these are pea shoots, so peas go also very well with. This is a yellow pea shoot,
Okay.
and I have a little green pea shoot as well.
Beautiful. Yeah.
So we just like add a little bit. I eat with the eye, when I go out, and if it doesn't look appetizing to me, then
It's like a garden in your plate.
yeah, a little bit.
Great.
So yeah, so this is the dish. Now I feel like the salmon been cooking. I'm gonna turn it off,
Okay,
and
perfect.
then
So
this is the
now
this is
we
the
just have to
result.
get ready for dessert.
Absolutely.
I heard you're very good at that.
Is that what they say?
Yes, I heard that.
I chose to
Okay,
do.
so you will be back. We will be back, and don't forget the recipes. They will be online with the video, so you can get all the recipes. So see you in 2-3 minutes.